ending up as a great Hollywood film?
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what I did right. I thought I was writing the book for this tiny niche audience of people who literally like to see the math in the text, and which is, I thought, like 0.0001% of the global reader base or something. But it turns out it had some broad appeal, and I still, if I will give you 10 pounds if you can tell me what I did right, so I can just keep doing that.
Well, you are doing it again. You've written another book now.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this one. It's called Artemis, and it's about people living on the moon, actually.
Yeah.
More people.
Yes. Artemis takes place in humanity's first city that's not on Earth. It's on the moon, about 40 kilometers from the Apollo 11 landing site. It's a tourist destination. And it has an economy that's like you would expect from like a Caribbean resort town. There's high quality hotels, casinos, that sort of stuff, and then the more austere conditions that the people who live and work there exist in. And the main character is a woman who's a small-time criminal smuggler mostly, who agrees to do a job for this one big score kind of thing and gets in way over her head.
And one of the things that people loved about The Martian was the sort of attention to detail and the accuracy, the scientific accuracy of what you were saying as well. Have you sort of followed that into the next book as well?
Absolutely. In fact, I would say that Artemis is even more scientifically accurate than The Martian, even though it takes place further in the future. That's my personal style of writing. I really love being scientifically accurate. The engineering, the math, the science, that part's fun for me. The pesky characters and plot stuff is the hard part.
Do people still pick you up? Because you've seen this sort of people use it as a textbook as well, don't they?
Yeah, The Martian they did, yeah.
Do people pick you up on some of the things in the book and say, how can you qualify that? Or are you sure you're right about this? And
absolutely.
And how much of your life now is taken up with debating?
Quite a lot.
Right.
Well, not defense, but acknowledgement more. Yeah. I mean, I bring this on myself by saying, like, I put a book out there and I say, hey, everybody, the science in this is completely accurate. So if people call me out on it, then I've earned that. Right?
So let's talk about the science in the new book, because supposedly they live on the moon and there's this grand, big city. And
well, it's small, actually. There's only about 2,000 people in the city.
Oh, it seems big from the book. Yeah. But anyway, is that, so you think this is scientifically possible?
Oh, absolutely. Everything in there is real science, from the way that they smelt aluminum from local lunar resources, how they get their oxygen, how they deal with life support, all that stuff. It's all based on real science. In fact, we could do it today. It would just be prohibitively expensive.
And I read somewhere that you've got a fear of flying. Is this true?
I do, yes.
So if there was an option, let's say, I don't know how many years down the line, to go and live in a city on the moon, would you do it, or would your fear of flying actually prevent you from doing it?
I wouldn't go into space. I wouldn't go to the moon. It's not the fear of flying so much. The fear of flying I can deal with with meds and stuff. That's how I got here. I mean, but yes, but going into space, no. I write about brave people. I'm not one of them.
Talking about writing about brave people. So the hero is Jazz, and she's a young lady. So how was it writing from a female perspective? And you say you're slightly concerned about how women see that.
Oh, of course. I mean, the last thing you want to do is knock the reader out of the story. You don't want the reader to see something that makes them lose their suspension of disbelief. So I was very worried that female readers would read Jazz and just not believe her as a woman, because I can look up as much engineering stuff as I want, but I have no idea what it's like to be a woman. And so I did the only thing I could, which was, after I wrote the book, my first draft anyway, I gave it to every woman in my circle of trust, all the women I knew who I could trust not to put it up on pirate websites and stuff like that.
Right.
And got their feedback. And
I like her because she's feisty.
She is feisty.
You like Joanna Lumley. She's
feisty.
She did not. I watched that interview with you. She did not say darling once. And I'm very upset.
Just briefly, your fear of flying, how does that manifest itself? I mean, can you not take off without being sort of knocked out?
Pretty much, yeah. I can't. I mean, nowadays it's gotten a lot better in that I no longer have the pre-flight anxiety because I know that the meds that I have from my doctor will keep me from panicking on the plane. And so I take the meds right around the time I board the plane, and then I'm kind of off in happy land for a while.
Well, we're glad you came and made it
well
here.
done.
Thank you.
I'm glad you had me.
And it's a great book.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. And it's going to be made into a film already, isn't it?
Well, Fox bought the film rights. We'll see if they make the movie.
Okay. We have to go.